Hello and welcome everyone. Today I have come up with an announcement that we are launching a 4-day virtual online training workshop on the cross-border payment and ISO 2022. This training program is for all the payment aspirants and to my students who want to learn the payments domain and also into the ISO 2022 side in just 2 weekends, meaning just 4 days you would be able to learn the cross-border payment and ISO 2022, which is required for you to crack some of the very good interviews which is going around the world. As we all know, ISO 2022 migration is happening not only to the SWIFT side, but also in terms of the high-value payment system and the real-time payment system as well. So if you know the payments domain and ISO 2022, then you can grab the opportunities around the world, not only in India, but around the world in different payment schemas. So I'll quickly walk you through on the highlights of our 4-day virtual online training workshop. So it is integrated course on the cross-border payment and to ISO 2022, which involves your migration program and all the cash management packs, payment messages as well, which I'll walk you through on the syllabus part as well, which we have in detail. So it would be online live classes for 4 days, and it would be on the weekends. To know more on timing, we will let you know over the email when you inquire to us. Total duration would be the 24 hours. It is definitely a lengthy one. That's why we wanted to ensure that we have covered in just 4 days of time. And we don't want to compromise in terms of the content which we want to deliver to students, which would be required for them to learn from the basics to the advanced level. You would get class recordings of each of the day, that is for each of the 4 days which we have taken the classes. It would be recorded and you would be given the access to the recordings for those classes would be for lifelong. As I told you, 2 weekend, that is Saturday, Sundays, would be available in one weekend, and another one weekend would be Saturday, Sunday. So basically, we would be taking just 4 days from your 2 weekends, and then on each of the day, you would be trained for 6 hours. You would also be getting the slide used by the trainer. You would get the important reference documents into the cross-border payment and also into ISO 2022 messaging. You would get the MT to MX converter tools, which we only have developed for our students, which we generally charge to the corporates, but it is free for our students. That includes the MT101 to MX Paint 001, MT103 to MX Package 08, 202 to Package 9, and 202 cover to Package 9 cover. And once we are done with all those trainings, at the end, we would also be training you on how to answer the 50 expected interview questions, and also would be helping in building your CVs, which would help the recruiters around the world to recruit you on the payment side. This 50 interview questions is quite popular on our side, as we have been training for almost 5 years, and then this 50 expected interview questions will definitely include all the questions which is being frequently asked. So having said that, let me quickly walk you through the syllabus part, which we are going to train you on the 4 days program. So we will start with the introduction to the payment and then key elements of payment and settlement system, which includes your messaging, clearing, and settlement. And then clearing and settlement mechanism, which includes bilateral clearing, multilateral clearing, clearing houses, settlement, net settlement, automated clearing houses, NEFT flows, cross settlement, RTGS, end-to-end flow. And then accounts that includes NOSTRO account, VOSTRO account, NOSTRO mirror account, LORO account, master account. And then we will move into the cross-border payment, as we would be completing the basics on the payment side from there. And then on the cross-border payment, we'll learn about world before the SWIFT, introduction to SWIFT, RMA and accounting relationship, routing logic, for currency correspondent and the correspondent banking, payment gateways, Swift cross-border payment flow, network validations, accounting entries, Swift message structure, Swift services, architecture of the bank's integration with the Swift network, payment processing applications, validations, business identifier code, ACK and NAC notification, Y copy and T copy mode, bank charges that includes your bin, shared, and hour. Each of these would be explained in by taking multiple business use cases and then end-to-end flow as well. And all the payment methods, which includes your direct payment method, serial payment method, and cover payment method with multiple business use cases, end-to-end business flows. We would go into introduction to FinMT message categories, which we have it, and then in one category we'll include this 101, 102, 103. Now 103 would be very important, with where we would be taking good amount of time to understand each of the subtype that includes core, STP, and remit. When we say this, it will be included with the end-to-end business flow, not only one, two, but multiple business use cases. You would understand that MT103 reject business use cases, return business use cases, and how the return request for the payment of the charges is handled as well. And then 192 request for the cancellation of the payment, and then how the queries is sent by the financial institutions for the customer credit transfer payment, that is MT195, and then answers for those 196 queries, answers. And then we'll move into your two category messages that includes your 202, 202 reject, return, and cover, and same way for 9 category, including debit advice, credit advice, end of the day account statement report, reconciliation, and then intraday account statement report as well. Once we learn those, then we will quickly summarize with the differences, that difference between MT103 to MT202, 103 code and STP, MT103 core and REMIT, and 202 and 202 cover, and same way 101 and MT102. Then we'll move into one of the important project that came in 2017-18, that is Swift CPI, which includes understanding of the objective, what is UTR, what is tracker break, payment tracking, and end-to-end business flow, what includes, what are the messages included, MT199, 299, how does those look like, what is the end of the end-to-end business flows, how does the payment tracking gets updated, everything. Then we'll learn on the payment manual intervention queues and its handling that happens on each of the payment processing application. There are different queues included over there, so we'll learn each and every aspect of it. And then this bank payment scenarios that in every day, all the banks see this end-to-end business scenarios. That is, these are all 26 payment business scenarios that happens daily basis at the production side. So I will be training on this as well. And then once we learn about this payments domain from basics to the advanced level into the MC side, then we'll move into our ISO 2022, where the migration happening around the world. This is again a exhaustive and detailed syllabus, which includes your introduction to ISO 2022, which includes different aspects on it, advantages, impacted banking areas, message definitions, ISO 2022 business domains, XML, how ISO 2022 will help, key differences between the CPR plus and high value payment system plus, infrastructure considerations, how Swift is helping, what is Swift Transaction Manager, what are the different channels included in it. And then we'll move into ISO 2022 messaging, which includes your key differences between MT and ISO 2022. And then we will go into in-depth learning on the different payment messages which is available, that is PACS, payment clearing and settlement messages, including a J02, J04, J08, and J09, and its subtypes, and same way initiation message that includes J01, J02, and J12, and then cash management messages, which includes 052, 053, 054, 56, and 57. And as I said, like, we would be helping you to prepare on the 50 frequently asked interview questions, and also will be helping you on the CV building part as well. So this is all about on the syllabus part. So what next? The next thing is you just have to drop us an email at swiftpaymentguru@gmail.com to know more on our new batches. and also for enrollment on the timings. Each and every information would be provided over the email itself. So just drop us an email. What are you waiting for? All right. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you all.